Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to yet another Nerd Escape YouTube show. And yes, we are back, and we're going to catch up and see what Hayley's up to. We're going to check in on Linda with her challenge of the week. We're going to talk Star Trek Picard. We've got an interesting hot or not. This is going to be a hot debate, I think. And
Oh yeah.
sound of the week and the show full of goodness. So without me rabbiting on too much longer, let's pop over and see what Hayley's at this week.
I'm Hayley Frequency. Join me later for an exclusive interview with Deep Space Nine resident and Quark's bar customer, Morn. You will not want to miss this one. Woo, can he talk? What a gossip. Back to you.
So, in the absence of Star Trek, apart from a couple of trailers dropping, funny, isn't it? Like, we covered the news last week of what came out, and we just done the show, I think, the day after that dropped, and then Picard dropped, so
straight away.
everyone's yapped on about Picard. But what have you been watching, Linda, in the absence of Star Trek?
Right, so today I am going to introduce you, I don't think you've seen it, so I'm going to introduce you to a little show called Invincible, and it is an adult animated superhero show.
Ooh.
So it is on Amazon Prime, I think. Yeah, Amazon Prime. There's one season so far. Like when people see animated superhero, they think now some people think I'm not watching that. That's for kids.
Earthworm Jim.
And that's a that is a ridiculous way to you're missing out. This is definitely not for kids. There is gore, there's adult content, language, everything. It's not for kids. Do not let the kids watch this. So you really, that's the way graphic novels are as well. They're not for kids. So yeah, it's a. Now, when I was watching this, it's funny enough, when I was watching this, it introduces a whole new bunch of superheroes, and I realized how hard it must be to come up with new superheroes and new abilities and names and suits and everything. It must be so hard because there's so many out there that it's probably been done. If you can think of it, it's probably been done already. So well done to them. There were a few now that were really good, really original superheroes. So it's basically, the main character is Mark Grayson, and we find out that his dad is the most powerful being on the planet called Omni-Man. And I won't get any further into it because stuff happens. But it is more or less about good versus evil. Mark Grayson is trying to come to terms with being the son of, Omni-Man. And you will find out what happens next. Any questions?
No, whoa. Okay, so how many seasons are we into? Is this the first season? Or?
Yes, so the first season so far has been released. I don't know. I think there was talk of a second season. I'm not sure if that's coming. So it is around 9 or 10 episodes usual. It's nothing crazy. And it's very bingeable.
Okay. Half an hour show? Or did they change these days?
Yeah, I think it's about half an hour. God, I don't remember. My brain is... I think it's about half an hour.
That can be a good sign.
Oh, wait,
you
do you know what?
join the show so
hour.
much.
Hold on. Well, exactly. And it is extremely bingeable. You would probably get through it. Yeah,
I'm
the likes
liking
that you
this.
would.
If it's an hour and you can't, that's even a better sign for the show, because you're lost in the show,
Exactly.
which is really, really cool. And yeah, I think Disney and Marvel have a lot to answer for all this overload of superheroes, because like TV is getting flooded with
Exactly.
superheroes these days.
I'm just looking up there. I'm Googling on the fly here, but I think it's about half an hour.
Okay.
So yeah, you can watch a couple in a row. Now the actors in this. Oh my goodness. Right. So the main character, Mark Grayson, is played by Stephen Yuen, which I know him from The Walking Dead.
Which character does he
There's a couple
play
of
in The Walking Dead?
Glenn.
Oh, Glenn. Oh, I love Glenn.
Yeah, I know exactly. So, but
Damn you,
now J.K.
Negan.
Simmons. Oh,
That's all I'm gonna say. Damn you, Negan.
I know. J.K. Simmons is Omni-Man. Now J.K. Simmons is brilliant. You'll definitely know if you don't know him, you'll know his voice. Definitely, he is also known as J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man universe.
Okay.
He's in several Spider-Man thingies as JJJ. Check out Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill makes an appearance.
Cool.
Seth Rogen is in this. Zachary Quinto is in this. I love Zachary Quinto's character in this. Clancy Brown, Michael Dorn pops up.
Oh.
Do you know what? Actually, Sonequa Martin Green shows up.
Cool.
I will not say a word about her character. I really liked her character.
Excellent.
Yeah. So there's I love doing that though. Watching an animated show and hearing definitely knowing a Star Trek voice out of it. That's my favorite thing.
So a lot of sci-fi actors in this show, which is really, really cool, and a lot of Star Trek. So that's a great pick for this week, Linda. So, guys,
Are you going to check it out? Do you think?
I think I will, and it's on Amazon. And Amazon is kind of like one of these Amazon Prime. I haven't felt too much bang for buck with Amazon, the platform, but Amazon Prime is deadly because you get free next day shipping, which is savage. So if you're an Amazon shopper, it's great. But the requirement of MGM Studios is pretty damn good news, and there's rumblings going on that Stargate could be coming back. So, already, if it's funny that you're talking about Amazon, because I went onto Amazon and lo and behold, there was a Stargate Continuum, one of the TV movies, and they're like, oh, that's such a good sign. So, fingers crossed. You know what I mean? It's going to add a ton of content to Amazon. So, Amazon might be too bad, but still it's a pain in the arse between, certain shows from Star Trek being on Amazon and other shows being on Netflix. It's kind of like, oh.
I was just saying last night we were out of something to watch and we were about to throw on Netflix, and I was like, wait, no, hold on a second, we still have Amazon Prime from subscribing for Lower Decks, so we were like, hold on, before I cancel that, let's just go and see what else is on there. So we started watching The Man in the High Castle, which was highly recommended to me. And
good.
Yeah, so far so good.
I have to get into that. When I started watching that, I just didn't have the frame of mind. Actually, if one for anyone that wants a little bit of comic relief, Jeremy Clarkson, who does Top Gear, check out The Farm by Jeremy Clarkson. It's actually very entertaining, I have to say. I wouldn't be a big, huge Top Gear fan, but I think it's priceless. So there's a little bit of comics. I'm just going to throw that one out there. It's not sci-fi related, so that's why I'm going to sneak in and kind of like rob you, or what are you watching this week? But kudos to Amazon. They're upping their game. And a new Stargate series will be brilliant. Jeez, it could be really the golden age of sci-fi hitting the waves.
We're spoiled. We're spoiled at the moment.
So anyway, we are on to the challenge of the week part of the show. And this is going to be our last one of challenge on the week.
For the moment.
For the moment, We're going to come up with something new for this part of the show. If you want to throw out any ideas, say it in the comments below. We're going to think about something for a week. But Linda, the last time we did challenge the week, I challenged you to build a Star Trek prop from Lego. So
you did.
How did you get on with this one?
I loved it. Okay, so without any further ado, I present to you, with the Lego that I already had, the tricorder with the purple stripe, everybody.
Oh, class. From Lower Decks. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so cool.
So here you go. This is my tricorder.
Wow.
I will put up pictures on Twitter so you can see how I did it. It was easier than I thought. It was just a case of finding the right amount of the colours I needed, especially the purple. I had exactly the right amount of purple pieces. It doesn't go any further than that now. It's on a hinge. It'll go that much. So that's like a ball and socket kind of joint there. So you just need it at that kind of angle.
Exactly.
So that's kind of cool. The buttons are there. That's what I had in the house. So
That is brilliant. I'd actually rob that Lego off the kids and hide it away. I would not break that up or do anything with it.
and it's pretty much to scale.
Sweet. Yeah, you did definitely so much better than me with the challenge, but I was in a race that week and I managed to get it done.
Hey, you need to put up proper photos of that on Twitter because that was a very quick snippet we got. But now I will say, what was I going to say?
You should be proud of that.
I don't remember what I was going to say.
You should be very proud of that. That's just like
you changed the subject on me.
I think you should do a YouTube video on building that.
How to make... Actually, I remember what I was going to say. Star Trek, Lego, take note. People like building Star Trek props out of Lego. Can we please organise a license? Please.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's
Look at this.
Interesting one. And
imagine that with the proper parts.
Yeah.
Come on, Lego.
Yeah. And then, like, there's all these sites then that add on lights and sounds to your Lego as well. So you could only just imagine what you could end up with. Would be bloody awesome. That is absolutely. You've blown away challenge of the week. I suck. You definitely deserve. That's just amazing. I'm actually well impressed with that, and I'm glad I kind of came up with that challenge. And it was down to we were talking about Lego, and it just kind of fell into place. So fun, and I'm gonna give a shout out as well because I know Trek Cat started doing like little Lego builds for his YouTube channel. So kind of like the idea kind of tweaked. We were talking about a Lego, and then went props Lego challenge Linda. She loves it, brilliant. So.
My kids were great help, actually. They were great. My son actually told me, I said to him, Killian, how do you make a hinge? And he told me exactly what pieces I need, because I knew there were a couple of kits that have bendy bits, and he knew exactly what I needed, so fair play to Killian. While we're shouting out, there is also one of my friends on Twitter, and Dorian Soup, forget his handle, that's his name anyway. He has done an amazing Enterprise Lego build. You should check out. I think you know of this. I'm pretty sure I've shared this before, so you should check him out. He's done an Enterprise, and we will bring that up, actually, building Enterprises later on in the show.
Okay, absolutely, yeah, that's actually a good one. So we're going to pop over for an ad break, and then when we come back, we are, the hot topic
news
for all YouTubers, Star Trek, that was flooding last week. So we'll take our little ad break, and then we'll pop back. While his father searched out for a sword, this young warrior stepped up and sought the fruit of Kalis. Alexander Rishenko found that fruit, prunes, and made Rishenko's prune juice a warrior's drink. So, Linda, as always, you have been checking the subspace relays, and not that you really had to, and I knew before we came on the show, no more than last week, I knew we'd be talking about Prodigy, but yes, it is Picard.
We got a full trailer for Picard, and the internet exploded.
The fans are divided yet again.
Yep. Of course they are. But do you know what? I said this. The trailer has done its job. Everyone is arguing about it. Everyone is arguing about what's happening, what they want to be happening. And there's no point. People, it's a trailer.
Yeah. The whole purpose of a trailer is to get hype before a show. What did you think of the trailer?
I'm not going to... I've no better than to form any opinions. I just went, okay, that's the trailer. Can I just say straight away that I do not like Q, so I'm not ecstatic about his return. So I'm just going to wait and see.
You should actually meet John DeLance, and that probably change, because he is such an awesome
I have met him,
guy.
But I'll tell you that story another time.
Okay. We had the privilege, again, shout out to Star Trek era. any of these guys based in Ireland, pop over to Twitter. Follow these guys. When COVID restrictions get lifted, they do Star Trek evenings, and I have to say one thing: they're very clever at doing it, in the sense that it's a limited audience. They don't kind of do a big, massive convention. They get the actors over, so it's probably the best experience you get with an actor because they're not overwhelmed, they're not overworked, they're not in a conference hall for a whole weekend. And come here, we're all human, so you know what I mean. If you're sitting on a chair for 3 days and dealing with thousands upon thousands of people, you mightn't always get them in the best form. But I have to say one thing: every time Star Trek Iron has brought the guests over, they have a blast. I think Ronan does a great job selling our fair country and letting them see Dublin. So they're in mighty form when we get to see them. So yeah, Johnny Lance was great, and we even got to meet his wife. So really, really cool. But Q, yeah, he's a hit and miss kind of character for me as well. I do agree. I did like him in the first episode, Encounter Farpoint. I did like the all good things with him. I thought very well done. This kind of, I really hope, there was rumblings and rumors that Guinan was gonna be in season 2. They've disappeared, so it means to me that if she does come into it, it's gonna be a real snippet. I can't see a big kind of.
Yeah. Well, do you know, the trailer hinted at they're in the wrong timeline. They have to fix time. So she's been there before.
Yep.
She knows all about wrong timelines and having to fix them. Yeah. So she would tie in really well.
She would tie in really well. Like, it is good to have Guinan and Q together because there's background history that we do not know.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to have that filled.
I want to know.
Nice to see a return of a character that I did actually like from Picard, and it's the Romulan. What's her name? Picard's assistant. The only thing that I'm Loris, yeah, and the only thing that I'm worried about is where's her husband?
Love her.
Oh no, don't kill him.
Was it her husband? I thought it was just her.
No, it's just her, but I'm saying I'm worried. Where's her husband? Don't tell me to kill him off. Crap. You know, I like the two of them. I thought the two of them were brilliant. They really worked well together.
Love Laris, yeah.
Hope that pairing hasn't gone. We get to see Seven's back in for season 2 of Picard. Agnes, I really hope they've done something for her, because I feel so sorry. It's just such a whitewash character. She was poorly written. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed she has a good character storyline this season, because
it was a very strange storyline. Very strange thing that happened to her, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you don't like to see that. You know what I mean? You don't like to see anyone turn around and go, "Oh, look, this is the person that we hate from a TV series." No one should hate her. It's not her fault. She was dealt a crap script. Let's call it a spade. Yeah. You know what I mean? We're not dealing with 6-year-olds watching Star Trek. I'm sorry. And it was meant to be for a mature audience. Agnes belonged in a 10-year-old TV show, and that's my rant over about that. And that's not fair on her. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how it goes. The timeline thing. This is what getting everyone back.
Yeah.
Alex Kurtzman's Star Trek. This is what I love. The minute they interfere with time, everyone's kind of like, "Oh, is he going to correct all the mistakes he did?" Well, kind of like, no offense, Alex. I'm just going to throw it out there. You walk yourself into this when you do time. You just jump Discovery, and this was a theory as well. Like, oh, is everything going to be fixed up there? Are we going to fucking delete the JJ universe? Yeah, it's interesting. The one cool thing is, you know what I mean, this could better explain the JJ universe shenanigans, that if some people are still upset about it. But look, guys, we have Mirror, alternate reality timeline. Just put JJ into that and enjoy Star Trek. Don't worry about it.
Now, in fairness, we don't know what's going on, as it is only a trailer.
Yeah.
But the timeline, this is just screaming all good things, and it's.
Well,
I don't know. Yeah, everyone is saying, can they not do time travel again? We're sick of time travel. We're sick of this. And then other people are saying that's what Star Trek has always done. We've always done time travel. They're the best bits of Star Trek.
yeah, it's like yesterday's Enterprise, like, time travel and
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. Guardian of Forever again from classic TOS, brilliant. And then Deep Space Nine did one. The Bell Riots again,
Yeah.
brilliant. So they have been
It
standout
has been
episodes
great. Yeah.
in Trek history. We haven't really
Yes.
had a season cover time travel
Yeah.
shenanigans.
But I mean, if they're bringing back Picard for a brand new show, and then they're saying, right, what will we do? I know, let's do time travel. It's, that's what annoys me, right? Yeah, time travel is great fun. We've had great time travel in Star Trek, but to bring it back after so many years and say, let's do time travel, but it's like, there's only so many things you could do in time travel. They've been done before. I think it's an easy way out. It's an easy, it's an easy thing I could write a time travel story.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. I think they were left with very little after season 1 that they could continue on
They put
and,
themselves into that
build
corner. The only thing
yeah.
that I just can't understand is why would Q come back to a dead Picard in an android body?
You see, maybe that's the wrong timeline. So maybe they have to fix what happened in season 1.
Yeah, it's an interesting
This is
way
why I
to
hate. This is why I hate speculating about trailers.
Yeah, we can't speculate. It's good to see, as I said, some cast come back. I'm open-minded. Time travel. Look, with Q, you kind of always knew that it was probably going to be time travel, and especially as well that Guinan was mentioned. Now, there's no confirmation that Guinan's in season 2, but it was kind of reported that she was going to be in season 2. So straight off the bat,
Yeah.
you kind of knew which direction they were going. Once they mentioned Guinan, you go, is John DeLance going to reprise his role as Q? Because you put the two of them together, even though we know nothing about the two of them apart that Q doesn't like Guinan.
Yeah.
And there's a reason.
Yeah.
Get her off this ship if you know what she really was. And we just know that Guinan was in another Times Arrow, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Time travel episode. So you kind of knew this was going to go time travel. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be open-minded.
Yeah. Same.
Trailer didn't really give away too much, just kind of
Yeah.
who's there. So interesting enough. So yeah, that's kind of the news of the week. So what are we on to next, Linda?
Okay, I have a hot or not for you to decide this week.
This is going to be explosive. Can't wait for this one. So
Okay, have a look. For this week's hot or not, I'm taking a look at Playmobil's USS Enterprise. This 136-piece set comes with all the main characters from the original series, bridge and engineering sections, as well as app-controlled lights and sounds. At 42 inches long and priced at $499 US, do you think this set is hot or not?
oh, good pick, because I would have done this one. But you've inspired me. And I'm going to probably talk about what I'm going to probably cover for next week's Hot or Not. So,
Okay, yeah. Okay.
right, I think you
Right, yeah.
picked this one, Linda. So go on, you talk.
So this is the Playmobil Enterprise play set, and it's called well, I don't know. I saw the blurb. It was called a play set, so you're supposed to be playing with it because it's a toy.
Yeah.
But it's $500 doodles. Like, that's a lot of money. Okay, it comes there. You got your bridge, you got engineering, you have lights and sound effects. You have an app-controlled, thing to control the sound and the lights. Okay. The main thing is it's huge. It's 42 inches long.
Yeah.
You can hang it out of the ceiling. You can display it in the little cradle. All the characters have phasers and tricorders and communicators. There are tribbles. It comes with a dedication plaque. And it has 136 pieces altogether. It comes out this September. Okay, so €500. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's Playmobil.
Okay. A lot of people are saying, right, yes, but it's huge. It's $500, yeah, but it's huge. I don't want a huge thing that's is it for kids or not?
Yeah, well,
I saw this
the
when
Playmobil
this
figures
first
are
came
around
out.
that size, and
Okay,
then you can actually
so
clearly see.
This is a Lego figure.
Yeah,
This is a Playmobil figure.
bingo.
So they're about twice as big. So yeah,
so
it
you
would
can
have to
clearly
be
see
that big.
in this we have the bridge dome, so they comfortably
Yeah.
sit in the bridge dome, and then Scotty has engineering dedicated to himself. Now, for a $500 price point, this is where going back with Playmates stuff. Initially, like if it wasn't correct detail, I had no interest. So I remember I never got the Enterprise D. There's certain ships I didn't get, and the reason being is like the buttons on the neck. I'm like, oh my god, say the wrong color deflected dish, and I'm like, I'm passing. The shuttlecraft though, on the other hand, brilliant, spot on, accurate. And they were like €20, less than 20 quid, and massive, and that was a toy, and you got to play with it. This is, to me, now, yes, it's big. I have to say one thing, it doesn't look like Playmobil. It looks really good, but the price point really lets it down. And I hate to say it, and this is where I'm going to sneak into next week's Hot or Not. For $450, you can buy the Polar Lights 1350 Enterprise TOS, so the same ship, for less the price, a fully accurate painted model that you just literally take out of the box and display. Now that is huge.
Yeah.
And
now we
to
have
me,
to decide. Now, is this for
bankable.
collectors? Is it for an adult collector, or is it for kids to play with?
I
Because
would say
Playmobil is a toy.
I would
So
say it's for
this
collectors. I would say looking at it.
I got this right. I got this for €20, 19 euro
Deadly.
in Mr. Price. Right. The kids, you can pull it apart. Right. They do that all the time. You can bang it together. You can throw it on the ground.
For
Bits
Enterprise.
are flying off and everywhere. Put it back together. Right. You can open the thing. There's little guys inside it. This is falling off. It's great. Look. Oh, it just fell off. Look, it broke. That's what kids are going to do with it. You don't want a big, huge toy that they have to not touch, right? I don't know. I have never heard of a Playmobil set that is not for playing with. I disagree with this. You can't make something that is like this. It's €500 that or dollars that you're going to have to display and never play with because it's going to break like that. It makes no sense. When I first saw the pictures of this, I thought, finally, oh yes, they're making a proper Enterprise for my kids. And then I clicked on it and was like, oh, no.
Yeah, you see, this is where damage gets done to the licenses. I think Playmobil is going to probably now. For this to work for me, if they were clever, this should be a limited production because I can see this going on sale and places trying to get rid of this. As I said, the 1350 Polar Lights that was released this summer, checking one site, has sold out already, and it does not surprise me. And I think this, when I cover it next week, I honestly think this is going to be a hot item, and you're down to the joys of Polar Lights, and do they re-release the kit, which I'd say they will. But, you know what I mean, they're limited. I can see people buying this. This is the horrible side of Star Trek. I can see people buying 10 of these things, sitting on them for a year or two, and then selling them on eBay for 3 times the amount. And even at 3 times the amount, I can still see people paying for that model. But this, you're just
and another thing
damaging
about
the
Playmobil.
license.
Another thing about Playmobil. Look, like, I don't like the look at that face. I don't like looking at these faces. They're weird. They're creepy. It's not like Lego, which is cute.
Playmobil bash now about their figures. Like, their figures are their
This
figures.
is the first ever one we got was like 2 weeks ago, and they were just in a shop and went, "Can we have that?" And okay, fine, as a treat, the
kids
first
went
ever
for
one
it.
they ever
Happy
bought.
days, but
look at the state. Look at the face. Ridiculous.
I guarantee you that's going to be their Kirk character just accepting a uniform.
Time travel Kirk, yeah.
Time travel Kirk, I love it. Yeah, look, I just think this is where the franchise gets silly, and you're giving out things like there's so many other things that people should be making. Like
Yeah.
this is, I couldn't want, as you said, another big thing is size. It's too big. Oh, great, it can hang from the ceiling, but seriously, who's going to have a big chunk of plastic hanging from the ceiling?
Yeah.
And then you can't play with it. So, I don't know, are we being too harsh? So, it's definitely a not from me.
Yeah. It's a not from me.
I just can't justify, I'm sorry, even pick it up on the cheap. But, like, there's been other kind of, Mego have done builds, like there's some pretty cool, like big massive, I think it's a 1/350 scale Enterprise as well, and like in fairness they're great, I've nothing wrong with it, but again it's not my tea because it looks like Lego and you've got the Lego bricks, so it's not accurate enough for me, and then it's kind of like the size of it, I've nowhere to put it, so it easily makes my decision to say I'm going to pass on it. I do like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Now, if Lego did come along and do a proper Enterprise, I would be all over that. But as long as it wasn't ridiculous, like Millennium Falcon ridiculous, it has to be affordable.
Talking about that bloody Millennium Falcon, but that is actually fairly cool. And again, at the same time, is Lego kind of know their market. There's a market research on there, so kids like older collectors like Lego, and then they've put in so much engineering and so much work into that Millennium Falcon. Like it's probably one of the crown jewels in the whole Lego collection, I have to say. And you know, once you get Star Wars, Lego, and that's a piece for the dedicated collector.
Yeah.
That works. I don't know, like Playmobil, I think I had a couple of figures when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Never
I didn't
really
even hear of it that much.
Never really, you know. I just think they've gotten their market completely wrong. I think they would have been better off making something, you know, purposely for kids, especially with the likes of Star Trek Prodigy coming along.
Oh yeah, hello.
They missed the mark there. You know what I mean? I think you could have done a TOS Enterprise, but as you said, the one that you just showed there, perfect play around. Now, I could be wrong. There could be a mad Playmobil fan club and people love Playmobil.
I am not aware. There could be. I have never been aware of a Playmobil fandom.
It's not a toy when I go back and look back and say my childhood and go, yes, I want. Like Lego is like thing, so like probably Lego could probably screw me and do a Star Trek thing like the Millennium Falcon, and you know what, I'd fall down that pit because one, it's Star Trek, two, it's aimed at a collector, and it's super detailed, and you go, okay, well, like, you know, I used to play with Lego, and you're like, oh god, oh fuck it, I'll buy it, you know what I mean? But Playmobil, just sorry, you know, like, I'm sorry. So let's move on.
You guys let us know though, because you know, you let us know if there's a,
as we always say, if you like it and if you want to get it, it's your choice, and you're right. You know what I mean? If you do like it, this is just my opinion. This is just Linda's opinion. It's actually weird that we both go not, and it's just the price point. It does look cool, but it's too big, too pricey. Not for me. But I hear a sound in the background. Can you guys guess this week's sound of the week? Oh, before I do that, last week's was, let me try and think. It was the Breen from Deep Space Nine. Yeah, I don't think
fair play.
I haven't had a chance to check.
I think I noticed somebody guessing Breen.
Okay. Well done.
We'll have to shout them out in the next week.
We will shout you out to this, because this week is being recorded a little bit early due to COVID-19 vaccinations this week. So we just didn't want to have kind of like me or Linda kind of. You've already got yours. I'm getting mine done today, but just in case.
Yeah.
So this week's sound of the week. Can you guess it, guys?
Right. So I will have to listen back to that a couple of times as usual. That's all we have time for this week, guys. As usual, follow us on Twitter at escape_nerd. and let us know what you think. Let us know if you have any ideas for the show, and we hope you are enjoying it so far. So, see you next week.
Slán go bhfuil.